Subsistence fishing around Tubataha Reef National Park remains a contentious issue. Cagayancillo is wrought with poverty. Majority of the population continue to rely on fishing as a main source of income.
5-7, 5-2.
The small island of Kawili is renowned for seaweed farming, but there are mixed sentiments over whether or not this provides a sufficient alternative source of income to fishing. Nisan Abados, councilor of Kawili Island, has some reservations. He says that seaweed farming is not always a viable source of income for the locals, especially since conditions are getting worse due to the effects of climate change. This woman, a resident of Kawili Island, sifts through a newly harvested batch of guso, the local name for this particular kind of seaweed, which is planted along the seashore. After waiting a month for the guso plant to mature, she dries them out in the sun before packing them in sacks to be sold to traders from Cebu. She says that the seasons for seaweed farming are very unpredictable. Lately, the harvest has been small, as the seaweed plants have been suffering from disease they refer to locally as ice eyes, due to the tiny bacteria formations resembling ice that grow on the seaweed. She says that in this enterprise, one always has to be on the lookout for other ways to make a living. This may be the reason why this fisherman continues to hunt sharks and giant clams as part of his subsistence fishing in Kawili Island's surrounding waters. He must make a living to support his wife and 7 children. Born and raised on the island, this man comes from a family of fishers. He still remembers clearly how during the early 90s, fishers from other Visayan provinces came to Kawili in search of sharks to supply the demand for shark oil, believed to provide health benefits. He says that today there is still a market for shark fins, jaws, and teeth. He does not waste any part of the shark, using the rest of the meat for food. With this, he earns about $100 a month, which he says he could not possibly earn through seaweed farming alone. After every fall, a dancer must rise and continue on with a performance. The story of Tubataha shows that indeed, there is hope and recovery after tragedy. This involves another dance, where one partner leads and another follows. It is called protected area management, which is akin to the dialogue between dance partners, each contributing to the style and mood of the dance through their individual moves. Science has shown that marine protected areas, or MPAs, are effective at preserving unique marine habitats, such as those found in the Cagayan Ridge Corridor. They restore fish populations that reside within the protected area and ensure the conservation of other marine treasures. Every year since 1997, research teams have visited Tubataha to gather data on the health of the reef, studying the corals, fishes, seagrasses, seabirds, marine plankton, and marine mammals such as dolphins and whales. The research findings provide the foundation for carrying out the Tubataha Reef Natural Parks Management Plan. CI continues to conduct such surveys in the area with the help of local communities, wildlife organizations, and public agencies. The studies aid researchers in determining what measures will foster the long-term health of the reefs. They also contribute to the assessment of the existing MPAs. Studies have also shown that Tubataha has recovered from the losses resulting from illegal and unregulated fishing, as well as the exploitation of other marine resources, as evidence in the recovery of the marine environment here. When it comes to safeguarding Tubataha, the toughest role goes to the Marine Park Rangers. The 7-man composite team posted at the isolated ranger station in Tubataha's North Atoll. They provide the sustaining beat to this ever-evolving dance performance. In the hands of these 7 Marine Park Rangers lies the heavy burden of protecting some 98,000 hectares of marine treasure troves. There are 3 members from the Philippine Navy, 2 from the Philippine Coast Guard, and 2 from the Tubataha Management Office. Captain Henry Caballero, Philippine Coast Guard Commander of Palawan, refers to these unsung heroes as peace officers. They provide security enforcement support to the Tubata reefs by checking fishing boats within the park boundaries to verify their activities and provide information on the protected status of the reefs. If illegal acts are discovered, the case moves from monitoring to arrest. This troop of bright, witty, and courageous gentlemen goes far beyond the call of duty. They endure a 3-month rotation of duty in difficult conditions. No free-flowing sources of fresh water, no electricity, limited food supplies. Here, one is forced to relearn the values of patience and serenity.